Hello, everybody. Welcome to Cowboy Leather. Long time no see. I haven't decided to cash into cards yet. I'm still alive. I just figured the government's going to shut down. I was going to shut down for a while. But I'm not as important as the government is. But don't have much going. Well, I shouldn't say I haven't got much going on. We've kind of dropped back. Things have slowed down a little bit, which is surprising. I should say it's surprising in one way and not surprising in another way. Money's tight out there. Unfortunately, but the I think people have been coming in buying and ordering. They'll spend the money whether they got it or not. They got plastic, but that's them. I don't want to have. I'm retired. I don't want to have bills other than what the normal, lights and stuff like that. I don't need that after Christmas. But yeah, we're still hanging in here. We're still doing leather work. Like I say, yeah, I've retired to do leather work. Now I'm kind of somewhat retiring. It's funny, about a week, 2 weeks ago, I was talking to my friend out in Texas, and he said the same thing. He said he's retired. He's got himself, set up with Social Security, other sort of stuff, we got to put up with when you get old. And he said, I haven't been down to the wide spot in the road. He said, in a while. He said, last time I was down there, he said, I didn't do too good. He said, a lot of lookers. He said, but nobody dropping the hard cash on the table. He said, so I'm taking that opportunity. He said, I'll go down the coast. He said, wife and I go fishing. When he first told me that way back when, I said, yeah, I said, you'll miss not getting out there in the shop and tinkering with leather. But he's happy. He does his leather when he wants to, instead of because he has to. And I think that's the way with me. I'm doing it when I want to, how I want to. I'll make what I want to. And yeah, some of you people listening going, you're getting off cod picking dependent, aren't you? Yep. I'll put my time in. I've got 16, 17 years of this. And that's just been the last part of my life. First part, I mentioned it in other videos. I drove a truck, worked heavy equipment, had cattle, horses, had a small 24-acre farm. So, what they say, been there, done that, got t-shirts for it. But, here the last 6 months, maybe a year, I've started to develop health problems. Sinuses, bronchitis, the ailments you don't want to get when you're getting older. So I got to kind of watch it. And then they tell me I got COPD and I got sleep apnea, which I know about that. If I get 3 hours sleep a night, I'm lucky. But I ain't gonna cry about it. I still think I'm in pretty good shape for the shape I'm in. As long as I get up, get dressed, put my boots on, come out here to the shop, and, talk with the customers, repair a few things, make a few things, I'm happy. Like I was checking my phone out here a little while ago. One of the sites that I sell on is having Black Friday. No seller commission. So I told her, I said, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I said, we're going to have to get our tails in here and get a good auction together. I figured, I'll throw about, I don't know, I'd like to have more than 20 on an auction, which I don't see any problem doing it. Just get the stuff listed up. All I gotta do is take pictures, categorize it, and then hit send, and it'll notify everybody that's looking for that kind of stuff. I mean, I've got wallets, I've got holsters, I've got purses, I got card holders, I got a box under the table, and I got another box sitting back here by the desk that are full of them. So I'll sort through and list them up and get them out there. I usually don't do, Black Friday sales. I don't even go to them. But I've been checking, and most of the your leather supply houses, now I'm not sponsored by anybody. I'm just going to throw names around. Weaver's got some pretty sweet deals. Tandy's got some pretty sweet deals. They've been running sales since, I think, week ago. They started having sales. And the closer they're getting to Thanksgiving, the better the sales are going to be. So, if you got money, a little extra money stashed under your mattress or in your drawer, you might want to pick up on some of the stuff that they got on sale. But I don't know if they have the, I know normally if you order up, I know with Tandy, if your order's over $100, it's free shipping on it. I don't know about Weaver. But, you'd have to check around. I don't know if Buckle Guy's got anything happening. Or, the other places, well known. I don't know if they've got anything. But it doesn't hurt to check. You might come across and find something that you want. Or get a quick nip. Excuse me. And I would say if you can find a good deal on stuff, like if somebody's got a deal on sides, shoulders, half shoulders, bends, and you can afford it, get yourself 2, 3. You can always roll them and put them in a cool place where no sunlight, and keep them put back. Because anything worse than be working on a project and realize that I don't have a big enough piece out of 4 to 5 ounce red sand to do the job, so now you gotta scramble, hopefully they got it. But, just not only with your leather, they got buckles, snaps, hardware. Instead of getting 25, get 100. Get 200 if you can afford it. you'll use them. You know, if you're making belts, Chicago screws, belt buckles, line 24 snaps. Basically, I would say if they got belt buckles and line 24 snaps, that you should have plenty of those on hand. You'll use them. Chicago screws, I use them. I like them for a belt. That's pretty much all they're good for is a belt. Because you can pay attention if they're loosening up or not. But as far as horse tack and anything that's holding any weight, not so much. I've seen them come apart, and back in my day, I've had Chicago screws come undone on me. And anything scarier than you got your horse at a full throttle trying to rope a steer and go to turn, find out you only have one rein and it's not turning the way you want to. Makes you kind of pucker the seat. But, you know, like I say, if they got stuff that you can use on sale, get it. Buy yourself a little extra. Because who knows? Who knows how much longer we're going to have this monkey business. You know, we weren't getting paid. We were, you know, but them clown shoes sitting up there in the Capitol, and they were getting paid. Our military weren't getting paid. They were still working, though. You know, that's the bad thing. Bad thing about it is now when they decide to pay them, that's going to put them in a higher tax bracket. And they're going to take more out of their checks. And it's not going to be a pretty sight for a while. I know my son-in-law, he works for the government. And they weren't paying. Let's put this: he wasn't getting his checks like he was supposed to, but he still had to work because he's got one of them jobs where his job depends on, or let's put it this way: us getting our benefits depending on him being at work. So, but you know, like I said, our military wasn't getting paid, but the clone shoes, senators, congressmen, they were all getting paid. What's wrong with that picture? You know, anybody answer me? I'm going to ask this question. Back when our founding fathers sat down and wrote up the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, and all that sort of stuff, it started out that the government body worked for the people. And now we work for the government. Anytime they want to give some other country more money, they jack up the interest rate. They need more money, they tax us higher over here. They want to bring in illegal, unwanted visitors. They take it out of the military, take it out of Social Security. But yet, these people are screaming, "Oh, they shut off my food stamps. What am I gonna do? Oh, yeah. Get a job. I buy and pay for what I eat, and my wife eats. We support ourselves. You know, I don't feel sorry for them. Makes me mad when you see these big mouths get on here and make a YouTube video. Oh, we're gonna go out and we're gonna ride and this, that, and everything. Come on, riot. Come to riot my front door. I'll give you some food. And I don't think it's the kind of food you want. Just saying. I'm not a vicious, violent man now. But, you know, there's a time when we, the American people, have to say no. Government will say no. You go to the government, ask for a loan. No. You know, you want to start a small business. Do you have any working capital? Nope. Sorry. So, you know, and they were fussing about that, was it January 6th insurrection? That was all BS from the word go. It was just to make Trump look like a fool. Trust me, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, if Donald J. Trump wanted to make himself look like a fool, he would do it on his own. He does say some pretty funny things, but I think we all sometimes, you know, our mind says one thing and our mouth says another. But, like I say, I'm just going to ride this wave, see where it takes me. So far, I'm making money. So that's all I care about. And I make money. That's the name of the game. You know, some of you out there doing this as a side hustle with probably the dreams that you can do this permanently, which you still can. But just got to figure out the niche. There's plenty of room out there. You know, I hear people say, well, there's going to be too many leather crafters out there. Okay? Figure out how to make your product bigger, better, and more economic to yourself so you can reap the shoot, can't forget what I'm saying. Oh, the profit. When you can make your product cheaper so you can set more of that to the profit, that's when you're making money. But if you haven't figured it out, I can't tell you. Because what the things that I've done probably won't work for you. So you got to figure your own niche. And there's things out there to be made. You just have to sit down and figure out, like I say, a bigger, better, and faster way to do it. You know, and God, don't rely on YouTube to try and pay some bills. They're making money. You can bet your dollar on that. They're making money. Because I don't know, I haven't really paid too much attention. It doesn't show on my side. But I imagine you probably, if you watch my videos, if they're monetized, there's probably 3. There's one in the beginning, one in the middle, and one in the end of my videos. Well, they're getting paid by some advertiser to do that. You know, so I can stop that, which would mean that I don't get any residual out of it. You know, they're after me to, you know, do this or do this thing, or you can get more views, get more of this. And I read down through and, look for like, okay, if I do this, what's the end game? There is no end game. It's basically just another way for them to make, get more money out of it. They want to, I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll just get on here, make a video, ramble, fuss a little bit, make cool stuff, show you how I make it, and maybe you can learn something. That's all I care about. I talk to this little bitty box. I'm not good at talking. I would not be a good TV personality. I'm not a slick talker. I can't sell an igloo to an Eskimo. And I can't sell a Frigidaire to the devil. But, oh well. Alright, well, I'm just going to get up out of here. I just wanted to drop in, touch base, and let everybody know. And I'm still alive. Still kicking, still above ground. Still ugly as ever. But, alright, next week I don't know how many videos I'm going to get out. If I'm going to get any out, actually. Because my wife and I are going to pretty much dedicate the week to putting an auction together and getting as many items as we possibly can. And maybe we make a good showing on whatnot. So, if that's the case, if I do get a video out, yay on me. If not, I hope everybody has a safe Thanksgiving, that you get to spend time with friends and family that you haven't seen in a while, and you get a chance to sit back and give thanks for the things that the good Lord has put before you. And, remember the ones that are, be with the ones that are here, and remember with the friends and family that are no longer here with us. And just enjoy, because we're at the season of love and giving. All right, I won't preach. I'll save that for Sunday. So like I say, everybody, have a good weekend. Stay safe. I hope that, things are good in your household. And, we'll see you when we see you. Cowboys out. Bye now. Bless one on all.